It's only befitting that I start my stroll down the Chandannagar Strand by having a look at the underground house, or famously known as Patalbadi. This building is an example of advancement in the knowledge of architecture and the aesthetic sense of the people of those earlier days. Its lower floor is submerged during monsoon when the level of the water rises. Rabindranath Tagore, or Rabindranath Thakur, as he is known in this part of India, frequently visited the place and appreciated a lot about the building. He felt that the place influenced him to a large extent and broadened his intellectual capabilities. He mentioned Patalbadi in many of his famous novels. The famous social reformer Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar also stayed in this building. The house was owned by the Jamidars of nearby Mankundu. Now we are having a look at the famous Chandannagar Strand. The strand is known for the gentle breeze that people enjoy here. This tree shaded promenade along the river is about 700 meter in length and 7 meters in width, and there are many buildings of historical importance along the way. You can see on the left side of the strand there are very famous important historical buildings. We will visit them also. It is a popular spot for local people and tourists alike who love to stroll along enjoying the breeze and watching the small boats sail by. Along the strand one can find the Vivekanand Mandir, a meditation center protruding into the river Ganges. On the left flank of this strand, which was famously built by the French, because we all know that Chandannagar was one of the 5 colonies of the French. The entire India was captured by British, but this part of the world, this part of West Bengal or erstwhile Bengal, was still in the control of French. So moving from here, we will move towards Chandannagar Museum and Institute. Institute the Chandannagar. The Chandannagar Museum was established in 1961. It boasts a collection of French antiques such as cannons used in Anglo-French War, wooden furniture of 18th century, which are very difficult to find anywhere else in the world. The institute still teaches French through regular classes. Jogennath Sen, the resident of Chandannagar who died in France fighting in the World War I, his personal items were sent to his brother in India, who later donated them to the Institute de Chandannagar in Chandannagar. The museum is closed on Thursday and Saturday. So you can see the building, the Institute de Chandannagar, Chandannagar Museum and Institute, the historical place. Only 200 meters away from this place on the left flank we will find the Sacred Heart Church. Sacred Heart Church is again a very important landmark of Chandannagar. Moving towards the strand once again, I just want to show you the evening lights and how people are enjoying the gentle breeze that wafting through the Hooghly River. Again coming back to the Chandannagar Museum Institute, a very important famous landmark of this place, which was established in 1961 as I said. And again it boasts a collection of French antiques such as cannons used in Anglo-French War, wooden furniture also of 18th century, and very important, a very interesting part of this museum is that even today French is being taught to the Indians through this institute. It was established, as I said already, in 1961. Now moving from here, we will be able to have a glance at the French section of the Chandannagar. In fact, all the buildings bear the mark of Indo-French architecture, but there is a French section. Now you can see the strand. as I've already discussed about Strand, it's a tree shaded entire path along the river, and I have also discussed its length, almost 700 meter, and its width also 7 meters. And you must have got a glimpse of Vivekananda temple, a meditation center, which is exactly protruding into the river Ganges. Now, moving towards the left flank of the Strand, we are moving towards the Sacred Heart Church of Chandannagar. The Sacred Heart Church Chandannagar is situated near the Strand, we have already discussed, and you can have a view of the Sacred Heart Church from here. It was designed by French architect Jacques Ducharts. The church was inaugurated by Paul Gatels on 27th January 1884. I have already discussed these details in one of my videos earlier. The church stands for over 2 centuries to mark the beauty of the architecture during the French period. Definitely a very good place to visit for the historians and tourists alike. The remains of the Church of St. Louis is also an attractive tourist spot here only. Coming back to the Strand, one can't take his eyes away from Strand because the gentle breeze splashing across your face is such a beautiful experience to hold, and the beautiful sight that you get to behold is really amazing. And you can see the government offices along the Strand on the left flank, because on the right flank Strand is flanked by Hooghly River. And you can also see very nearby the French cemetery, which is not visible from here. The French cemetery contains 150 tombs and is located on Grand Trunk Road opposite Lal Dighi, a large lake. Amongst the remarkable people buried there, one can find the tomb of Duplessis, the founder of French Chandannagar, and also the one of pioneering meteorologist Henry Storm Piddington, who is mentioned in Amitabh Ghosh novel The Hungry Tide. While discussing this degree college, which bears the mark of French architecture, an annual feast is going on here, and I got a chance to have a sneak peek into it, and it is such a fascinating sight. Colorful building with colonnades bears the resemblance of the European architecture that we have seen, especially in France. Coming back to Patalbadi, it is amazing